Kunkam Sang Nambalhenge. Welcome back to my daily Teza briefing. I hope everyone's doing lovely today. Without wasting any time, let's dive straight to the only daily Tibetan Parliament session highlight in English. Chaired by Honorable Speaker Khembustam Tempela, the second day of the 17th Tibetan Parliament in Exile's ongoing 9th session, that's a budget session, commenced at 9:30 a.m. with deliberations by members of the House on the 2025 to 2026 budget statement by Honorable Pencho Kanlu and the report presented by the Parliamentary Budget Estimate Committee, that's Ngunzi Cherchitsuba Tsokchung. So today, the temporary suspension of U.S. aid affecting a crucial share of the new fiscal year budget controlled the deliberations by the parliamentarians. Whether it was some members requesting Kasha to use this event as a lesson to focus on financial self-reliance. For your information, this year again, about 91% of the total expense relied upon a foreign fund. Some Chitu criticized the lack of active attempts by Kasha to reach out to the new U.S. Administration in person. Some expressed gratitude to U.S. for its past financial assistance that supported various educational, health, and other humanitarian projects of CTA. There were several mention of the loan of the $4 million sought by the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota to acquire land for its Tibet Town project. Then there were some who suggested cutting down on expenses as an immediate response to the fund termination or suspension, including ceasing the housing construction projects or purchase of capital furnishing and equipment. Whereas some Chitu rejected such action, including laying off, as a right move. So basically, about 22 members of the House participated in the discussion and deliberation. So Honorable Sikyong Pembasilna, the incumbent colleague of the Department of Finance, addressed the queries raised in the House, whether it was on how Kasha through Office of Tibet in Washington and non-governmental organizations have been reaching out in person, seeking advices and sending letters to elected leaders of the U.S., and how Kasha is prepared to find a resolution on this urgent matter through its contact on ground or seeking support from other nations as a temporary measure. Then parliamentarian Gishil Hanamba Adushendala, the chair of the Budget Estimate Committee, also provided relevant clarifications to the questions raised to the committee. Then as per the session proceeded towards discussion and approval on the proposed budgets of various departments and offices under the Central Tibetan Administration for the fiscal year of 2025 to 2026, starting from the discussion and approval of Nyeje, that's a definite budget, recurring budget, that's Gundun Katu, the special recurring budget, that's Mixe Katu, and supplementary budget, Sugu Katu, of the Parliamentary Secretariat. The proposed budget for the Tibetan Supreme Justice Commission included Nyeje Dodo, the recurring budget Gundun Dodo, the special recurring budget, that's Mixe Katu, and supplementary budget, that's Sugu Katu, which was followed by the recurring budget and special recurring budget of the Northern Local Tibetan Justice Commission. Also the same for the Southern Tibetan Justice Commission and Ladakh Tibetan Local Justice Commission, and the recurring budget Gundukatu of the Tibetan Circuit Justice Commission, which were all approved unanimously. Thereafter, the recurring budgets and the special recurring budget of the 37 local Tibetan assemblies and the recurring budget, special recurring budget, and the supplementary budget of Kasha Secretariat were also approved unanimously. Then finally, the recurring budget of the Department of Security remains was approved, whereas the discussion on the special recurring budget remains open for discussion tomorrow. So this was all for today. We had quite a long session focused particularly on the presentation by Honorable Pincho Kaler, followed by the deliberations, very active deliberation by members of the House. Again, I request you to go back and try and watch the Parliament session of the second day, followed by the third tomorrow. So basically, in coming days, you'll be hearing lots of discussions, deliberations, and comments on the new budget for the new fiscal year of 2025 to 2026. I must let you all know that budget session of the Parliament is very important, because it allows you to know the new plans of Kasha, headed by Honorable Sikyong. It allows you to know where you can sort support and how you can seek support from the Kasha, any relevant projects that concerns you or your community, or anyone actually. And so that when we have the visitation programs around Shija, everywhere, the kind of projects that are already there, and you were not able to access those projects. So I would say that there are some individuals who get bored with all the numbers you hear, the formalities, the decorum that you follow during the budget session of March. But I would say that it's very important. So again, I would request you to try and watch it live tomorrow and in coming days. It'll continue for another 13, not really, another 12 days now. So I'll cease here for today, and see you all tomorrow for the session that revisits at 9:30 tomorrow a.m. Let's say,